Hi everyone, Molly the mixologist here from Total Wine to go over some basics of cocktail making. Today we're going to start with how to use a jigger. Now you might ask yourself, why do I really care about that? This seems kind of dumb. It's actually very important if you want to get into the art of mixology. Now the interesting thing about cocktail making is that it's somewhere between baking and cooking. So similar to baking, if you have a little bit too much or a little bit too little of an ingredient, it's going to make a big difference. So you have to be very cautious of that. However, if you are kind of starting to experiment with making your own cocktails, there's a little bit of leeway because you don't have to worry about something rising. However, if you want to be able to recreate something, you really have to get used to using a jigger and recording what you're doing when you're making your own cocktails, because otherwise it's going to taste different if you forget that little difference of half an ounce to a quarter of an ounce or whatever. So keep that in mind. That's one of the reasons it's really good to get in the habit of using a jigger. It is an art form. It is an actual cooking style. So good to really get in the habit of this. So we're going to start with getting familiar with our jigger. I personally love these Japanese style jiggers. As you can see, they have a half ounce, 3/4 ounce, and all the way to the top is 1 ounce marker. And then on the flip side, they have 1.5 ounces, and then 2 ounces is all the way to the top. So I really have everything I need in that one sleek item. That's one of the reasons I think it's so great. You can get this at Total Wine by Vitsky. Keep an eye out. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to make a whiskey sour as a nice foundational, easy introductory cocktail that will get us familiar with using our jigger. The one thing you want to keep in mind is that as you are making your drink, you want to hold your jigger so that the top of it is somewhat overlapping with the edge of your tin, so that if you do spill a little bit, it'll spill right into your tin. So let's go ahead and start with our lemon juice. We're going to do 3/4 ounce of this. You want to give it a nice little shake when you're using it because you want to agitate it. And we're going to do 3/4 of that. You can see how I'm holding it over the edge of that there. Then we're going to do 3/4 of simple syrup. You'll see I'm using the non-spirituous ingredients first. That way, if I make a mistake, I don't have to throw away alcohol. So very important. Now we're going to do 3/4 of that. Right over the edge. And then we're going to flip it over because we're going to do 2 ounces of our 2 Stars bourbon, one of my favorites. And like I said, right over the edge. That way I can start tipping right as it gets to the top. And that is all you need to do. So just make sure you have a surface you don't mind spilling on, because obviously a little bit's going to leak out, and you'll be good to go. Cheers.